know what Sony had? The Holy Trinity. Leo, Brad, and Margot. Who do you have?
Hello and welcome to Boy Party, the podcast that tackles cinema's most legendary team-ups films where two major stars share the screen and battle it out for screen time, top billing, the fighter paycheck, and the most acclaim. My name is Lucien, and I'm joined as always by the man who collaborates with me on complex financial schemes, special digipad that we bring around with us to log into people's bank accounts and steal their money. It's Shane Kelly.
No, I think given certain events, you were kind of probably the one who'd be getting scammed in this situation based on your financial literacy.
My financial literacy, my well-documented financial
You're
literacy.
well-documented.
There's a lot of interesting financial illiteracy in this film, although I suppose much of it is ultimately proven to be performative because the Helen Mirren character's naivete around money is ultimately a bit of a ruse. But it's an interesting movie about modern banking and how old people just kind of let anything happen to their money. I know that the main sort of three characters in this film are not ever really being their honest selves.
No.
But still, the audience the film is aimed at, being older people.
Yeah. It probably is a reasonably good PSA for them.
Yeah, are meant to buy into this, right?
Yeah.
Like they're meant to buy into it and buy into the fact that like there are very realistic possibilities that your money will all be taken from you by somebody in a situation like this.
Yeah.
The only other film in recent years I've seen that did a very good job of like an old person getting scammed by online banking was, of course, The Beekeeper.
Okay.
Which opens with a brilliant scene where an old lady gets all of her money stolen from her by Josh Hutcherson's online banking scheme. But then very quickly it takes a very dark turn where the woman kills herself and then the plot kicks in.
There's also a big storyline of this in Better Call Saul, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Better Call Saul has loads of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Better Call Saul has so many like fun
Yeah,
little...
they're overcharging the people in the old folks home for like toilet. They're charging like $26 for a roll of toilet paper.
Oh my god! And they just don't notice it's going on the bill.
Yeah, because it's automatically deducted from their pension payments before the leftover is sent to them.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh, it's real horrible stuff.
Yeah. You know, and it's like, yeah, ultimately, if you're a con artist, you can make the argument like, oh, they're going to be dead soon. They won't even notice. But like, it's not about that. Like, it's not about whether their kids are going to inherit $100,000 or $90,000. It's about, I don't really explain why criminality is wrong, but like, it's taking advantage.
Hey, just consider it an inheritance tax. 100% inheritance tax.
Like I don't even believe in inheritance. Like, but I think that like old people's lack of understanding of the world today being used as like being weaponized against them is like just inherently really,
their
really
property
cruel.
and their money should be seized from them by official means.
Yeah, not by criminals. This movie starts off with you thinking that you're watching this like charming, lovable rogue con man.
Yeah.
And then he turns out to be a real piece of shit.
Like unbelievably so.
Unbelievably so. And then you kind of find out that you've actually been watching a different... Now, I wouldn't say a con artist, but you've been watching a revenge storyline the whole movie. That someone has been getting revenge. This movie is The Good Liar that we're discussing today on the show. Maybe the most non-existent film we've done in quite a while.
I was familiar with this. You didn't drop this on me, and I was like, "Oh,
you
God,
heard of this? All right."
But maybe I've heard of it in the sense that, like 2 years ago, you showed me the poster and were like, "This is a cool poster."
Like exactly what happened.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think every 25 episodes, I got to throw one in here that no one's ever heard of.
Yeah,
I have fond feelings towards this film. The word "fond" is.
What a very British word. Well, I'm not comfortable with love.
Yeah, because I think the poster for it rules.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing it in 2019 up in the Savoy or in Cineworld and being like, oh, that looks fun. And then I didn't watch it for a few years. And then it came on RTE in 2022. I was in my parents' house and it came on RTE one night at 9:30. And it was like maybe this is why I like this film so much. It was like the last time that I remember me and my parents all kind of looking at each other and going, oh yeah, we'll watch this. Yeah. And no one had an issue with it.
It is the most middle-of-the-road film of all time.
I think it is. And now people might argue that it's not quite this good, but I would argue it is like the most 3-star film of the last 10 years.
Yeah.
There's definitely
I think there's a quality to that.
Yeah, I think it has 3 stars oozing out of it in every possible way.
Yeah. It doesn't aim any higher than what it achieves.
No, not whatsoever. I think it's hard to get mad at a film that is achieving exactly the low ambitions that it has set for itself.
It's so functional.
Yeah, completely functional.
To the point where I was kind of found it a bit predictable and
it is
uninspiring, even though there is a big twist. But I suppose the second twist I kind of saw coming. I just knew something had to swing back in the other direction.
Is it like The Housemaid for old people?
Yeah.
That might be a similar film where you're like, the housemaid kind of sets itself a ceiling of 3 stars and then it like achieves it. And then you're like, okay, well done. Like,
yeah.
I think it's a bit like that where you're like, it's trashy in a very different way. The Housemaid is trashy because it's like salacious and people are screaming and throwing things at each other. And this is trashy in like, there's a fucking, they pull the cheap card of Nazi, secret, two very cheap storytelling devices are pulled. Secret Nazi and sexual assault in the past, and I'm still trying to get revenge. Those are 2 very lazy boxes to tick.
They are.
But I didn't see them coming, so I thought it was a fun twist.
Sure. I had been primed for this. I think were we talking about this on the other episode, or was that preamble with Luke? Did we talk about Apt Pupil?
No, we didn't. So we're talking about Apt Pupil now. Yeah. So I watched a few Ian McKellen vehicles in the days leading up to covering this.
Yeah.
And Shane got to see a big chunk of the Bryan Singer movie Apt Pupil.
I think that is one of the most evil films ever made.
I think so. I think Apt Pupil is absolute fucking garbage. I hate it so much. It's so cursed and evil.
Yeah.
It's a film where Ian McKellen plays a Nazi who's hiding in an American housing estate. I think, unfortunately, having seen that, Shane was primed to expect Ian McKellen characters in films to be secret Nazis.
Like there was something else Nazi related he was in.
Oh, Bent,
yeah.
And then also
like I'm kind of fresh off The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which has kind of
Nazis.
Christopher Plummer, Secret Nazis.
Yes, and look, Christopher Plummer could have been in this film and would have 100%. Been better in this film. I mean,
probably actually.
I think Christopher Plummer is like a better actor than Ian McKellen and would probably be able to play all of his parts better. Apt Pupil, I don't know if even Christopher Plummer could have made that horrible movie work.
Jesus Christ, no. That was remarkably cursed. I think you need someone who's maybe like secretly evil, like Ian McKellen, to be in that.
Maybe. And Ian McKellen is very much like secretly evil. We can't prove that he's really evil, but it just seems like he might be.
You get into your 3rd Nazi movie, and you're like,
you're doing this a lot.
Yeah.
No, I'm not calling him a Nazi. I
don't
believe
not at all.
He's a
Sorry,
Nazi.
we're joking.
The Good Liar came out in 2019, and it is directed by Bill Condon, who is a man who I have exchanged like 5 emails with, and is a very nice man. He wrote Chicago, and then he got to direct Dreamgirls, which is like Chicago 1.5, which is a really, really bad film. And of course, gained Eddie Murphy an Oscar nomination. So thanks, Bill Condon.
Wonderful.
Thanks, pal. But he back in the 90s, he had directed Ian McKellen in this film, Gods and Monsters. And he won Best Adapted Screenplay at the Oscars for that film. And this is a film about the life of James Whale, who was like 1930s original Frankenstein director.
Yeah.
And was like an interesting gay personality. So, you know, Ian McKellen, whatever kind of capital he has in the 90s based on just being this like renowned British stage actor, he's using to make films with gay directors with gay themes. And I think that is interesting, and at the time probably seemed really admirable. And in the case of Bill Condon, totally fine and harmless. In the case of Bryan Singer and That Pupil, not so much.
No.
But it's interesting Ian McKellen makes like 2 big dramas in the late 90s with gay directors about like, interesting, complex gay dynamics. And Gods and Monsters, James Whale basically seduces or tries to seduce his gardener, Brendan Fraser, and it just gets kind of creepy. And like, he's meant to be an interesting, charming guy, but like, it's not like Apt Pupil. It's not that disturbing, but I ended up just finding it kind of freaky anyway. And like, he ends up just kind of like forcing Brendan Fraser into a gay thing that he doesn't really want to be in. And I didn't think it was that great. I don't know. People like that film. People like that performance. Ian McKellen got a Best Actor nomination for that film. In the year that Roberto Benigni wins for Life is Beautiful. But anyway, Bill Condon follows that up with Kinsey with Liam Neeson, and after Dreamgirls, he doesn't make another movie for 5 years, and then he makes the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1 and Part 2, which, as you'll have heard on our what was it called, Crimes of the Future episode, Cronenberg was one of the names tossed around to potentially make that, and they end up going with Bill Condon. And then he does a Julian Assange biopic with Benedict Cumberbatch called The Fifth Estate, which I've never seen.
Oh,
and then he does an old man Sherlock Holmes movie back with Ian McKellen called Mr. Holmes, which is charming. I recall it being nice.
That really falls into the ether though. With it's just too much IP going on there.
It's 2015. It's right after the. I guess it's in the middle of the Cumberbatch show.
But is it pre-Farrell and John C. Reilly?
It's pre-Farrell and John C. Reilly. I think it's maybe
post Robert Downey.
I think this film maybe potentially came out about 6 months before the Farrell John C. Reilly movie.
Yeah,
post Robert Downey. Yeah,
I think that probably turned a lot of people off.
What if Sherlock Holmes was in his 70s and he could barely walk? Then he does the live-action Beauty and the Beast, in which I believe Ian McKellen plays a candlestick.
Sure.
Then he does this, The Good Liar. And his first film since The Good Liar just came out, and it's called Kiss of the Spider Woman. It's a remake of the classic William Hurt movie, and it has Jennifer Lopez, and it like barely got released.
Yeah.
So that's Bill Condon's buzz. As you've heard there, half of his films have got Ian McKellen in them. He is a gay director. He's obviously very interested in Ian McKellen as like this great legendary gay actor that he can put into these interesting roles. The Good Liar, I must say, the straightest film they've made together.
100%.
It's actually kind of fascinating how straight this movie is. There's like,
it's funny they got Ian McKellen and Russell Tovey as the two male leads.
Now Russell Tovey's character is gay, and they do establish that Helen Mirren's grandson is in a relationship with Russell Tovey.
Yeah.
We're introduced to Russell Tovey as her grandson, and for no real reason, she pulls the rug out at the end and is like, "He's not my grandson. He's my grandson's boyfriend."
Yeah.
The only twist there is that her grandson is black.
Yeah.
And I guess that's meant to tell us something. I don't believe this is the case, but
I think it's just a weird misdirection where they see the black guy.
But the Lucien Masbati character is not her son, no? The black guy that Ian McKellen has scammed at the start of the film. Because he's in her house at the end of the film and he's like, "Got your ass."
No.
That's not her son.
No, her son is the guy in the car.
No, that's her grandson.
Oh.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, if she has a black grandson, maybe she has a black son? It's interesting.
I didn't pick up on that at all.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he's her son.
Sorry, why did he rock up at the end?
He's in her house.
Oh.
And he's like, "Hi, got your ass." With the big Viking guy.
Yeah.
They're both there in her house at the very end after she's like revealed the secrets.
I watched this last night.
You watched it at 12:30.
Yeah,
I watched it at 6 p.m.
Sure.
Sorry,
he ends up then in an institution of sorts for some reason.
Oh yeah, so I was gonna make a letterbox list called movies where protagonist ends up in a wheelchair. Cause that's funny.
Madam Web,
Eddington,
and
A Different Man.
Yeah,
it's happening a little bit too often.
Sure,
I think. But so this is like real kind of. The poster for this movie rules, and it's the best thing about it.
We're just going to go back to the poster.
If it had a different poster, I might feel differently about it.
The score is fun.
The score is really good. Great Bill Condon always works with Carter Burwell. Carter Burwell is an amazing composer.
Yeah.
And he does a great job with this. And it really it makes the budget feel like twice as.
Yeah, absolutely. It also does have some good like London establishing shots. Like there's a bit of money behind it.
I like the London stuff. They go to Berlin for like 15 minutes, and then I really enjoy. They're meant to go to Berlin, Paris, and Venice.
Yeah.
And at the end of the Berlin scene, Helen Mirren goes, "Why don't we forget about Berlin?
Let's just go
home." And I'm like, I can picture the executive producers in the film being like, "Oh, thank God, we just saved a lot of money."
Sorry, it's like there's also a horrendous green screen shot of the Brandenburg.
Bad. Yeah, very, very bad. They obviously couldn't film there on that particular day. Okay, so the poster, guys, it's class.
Yes.
So it's
imagine the burlesque poster.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got a white. It's sort of 60% white, 40% black. Helen Mirren is standing in front of the white bit and her coat is white, and Ian McKellen is standing in front of the black bit and his suit is black. So they're both kind of fading into the background. And then in massive letters, you have "Read between the lies."
Yeah.
Now, I have an issue with the tagline. Spotlight already used it. Spotlight used it 4 years
Same tagline?
previously. 4 years before "Read between the lies." So I'm not a big fan of how they recycled that. But then Mirren, McKellen, giant red letters, The Good Liar, black letters underneath. So you could very easily look at this poster and not know the title of the movie. You could look at it and you think the movie's called Read Between the Lies. You would look at it and you think the movie's called
Sorry, you look at the
McKellen.
one where Read Between the Lies is up in the top left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it look like the film's
It
called
looks
Read
like the
Between
film's
Lies.
called Read Between the Lies.
Yeah. There's different variations of the poster.
The Good Liar is quite small in this poster, and I love that. I think it's class. I think it's so cool when the title of the movie is like hard to see.
Yeah.
I love that the actors' surnames are so big.
Yes.
I love that it's just the surnames. It's giving Streep Hanks the post, and I love that. And it's a great poster that is literally just selling you on, look at these two legendary actors. That's it. That's the movie.
Yeah.
And that's what we love here on
that's
Boy
kind of
Party.
fine.
I love when a movie is sold on, you want to see these two people in a movie together? Go ahead.
Yeah,
Like,
I actually had no idea what this was about.
yeah. Even like Passengers did that, where it's just like the faces. I love it. I think I'm like, it's great. You don't need to tell anyone anything else. And what it does is it makes this movie look like a cool, sexy heist movie. Not like
A little
an
bit,
old
yeah.
folks drama, or not like a shitty kind of English small town murder mystery thing.
No, it's got a bit of swagger to
yeah.
it. A
If
bit
you
of,
compare it, let's say, to a recent Helen Mirren vehicle, the Thursday Murder Club,
Yeah.
where the poster is like 4 old people sitting at a fucking dining table, and you're like, oh my god, I'm already bored.
This is one room twee nonsense. Like,
Yeah, this looks like it's got a bit of scale to it because the poster is so minimalist. You're like, what are they not showing us? You know, and it's good. It's a theatrical film made by Warner Brothers, and it premiered at the London Film Festival, and it got a big cinema release in November 2019. Like that is kind of a last of its kind type of model where you're like, and these are two actors who still get films in cinemas.
Oh, did the Clooney Julia Roberts thing come out around this stage, or was that a couple of years later?
A few years later, Ticket to Paradise. Yeah,
Ticket to Paradise.
But I'm just, but these are like, these guys are like are 80 years old.
Yeah.
Like I really like the fact that there's like 2 80-year-olds looking cool on a poster, and like Warner Brothers made it and put it in loads of cinemas. $10 million budget, grossed $33 million worldwide. It's
a good turnout.
I guess that's good. I'm not sure what more they could have asked for. It's
Oh, no.
a pretty niche appeal. So Ian McKellen is introduced to us as a man called Roy Courtney, and he's going on internet dating, and he meets this woman Helen Mirren. But we very quickly see him. She's widowed.
Betty McLeish.
Yes, Betty McLeish.
McLeish.
Quotation
I remember
marks.
that, yeah.
We very quickly learn that he's up to no good in other facets of his life. He has this weird, complex scam going on with Jim Carter, where they get a bunch of men around a table and basically get them to like dump all their money into
Yeah,
an account.
essentially they
steal
recruit kind of posh English lads who think they're too smarter than they think they are.
Yeah.
Or think they're smarter than they are. And he's like, all right, 4 of us, I've got 2 Russian boys who want to invest in something, but they need us to put a bit of money up front or whatever. It's like, we put in 200 grand, they put in 800 grand, and we all reap the profits.
I say complex, but I mean, it's a financial scam that like an old person could understand.
Yeah, sure.
It's literally just
Pretty
like,
simple.
we're putting our money into one kitty and then I'm grabbing
so
it
when
and running
everyone
away.
puts all their money into the big basket, the police run in, and the guys who, the posh English guys are like, oh no, the police, we're doing some dodgy, and they run away, and then everyone is left, and we're like, haha, we took their money.
Yeah.
You think they're trying to pull one over maybe on the Russian guys, but they're not.
No. So that's a fun reveal.
Yeah.
So
That's a good gag, yeah.
He starts to romance Betty, but like, I don't know, how far into the film do we find out that he's just going to steal all of Betty's money? I guess it's kind of obvious from the start.
I think so.
But you're like, and like Betty is a completely innocent character. There's no reason we would want her to be scammed. She seems like a nice lady.
Yeah.
She has £3 million. Her husband has died. She doesn't
In
seem-
total, like $1.5 million of that is the worth of the house.
she doesn't seem
Like,
to have
it's-
a disgusting amount of
No.
cash.
No.
And she has this grandson, Russell Tovey, who drives her everywhere, and she basically
He lives with her, I think. as far as I'm
bullies him into giving Ian McKellen lifts and stuff. And Ian McKellen will be like, I'm going to visit my friend at the departure lounge.
Yeah.
He's dying. And then Tovey drops him off, and he ends up going to like one of these dodgy meetings.
Yeah,
with
Ian
his
McKellen
financial
also
man.
likes to make a very kind of not posh English, but like very non-crude references to sleeping with Helen Mirren in front of Russell Tovey.
Yes, true.
Your grandmother deserves a good time.
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
nonsense. Like,
So he basically, they go to Berlin, and Russell Tovey's like, I found out some shit about you. Now, why is this? If Helen Mirren and Russell Tovey have spent the whole movie trying to catch him out, why is this confrontation necessary to do that?
because they do it in the house where he pulled his trickery. They bring him to Berlin.
Yeah,
like.
but why? But if she's gonna reveal at the end of the film that she was conning him the whole time,
Yeah.
why do they need this kind of midway reveal of that they know he's actually this German guy?
Because when they reveal it,
yeah,
Russell Tovey leads the confrontation, and Helen Mirren goes, "Leave him alone."
Okay, so
it's
it
a
makes
double
him trust her more.
Yeah, because he's like, I don't care that he doesn't say who he is. He's
Fair,
really
yeah,
nice.
okay,
so it's just doubling down.
Yeah, it builds
it's
up
giving
further
a
trust.
false sense of security to Helen.
Yeah. Okay, fair.
So it's actually kind of a good point
enough.
because Helen Mirren gives the impression she's not in on the bit,
exactly.
and Russell Tovey has pulled a fast one here.
Yeah, okay. So we find out just over halfway through that Ian McKellen is actually
Hans Taub,
and he was like a Nazi guy. And it's weird that the movie just kind of asks us to accept and her to accept that he's a Nazi in hiding. But he's like what? He's like a nice Nazi who
No,
just,
he
ran away?
He was a Nazi, but then became a Nazi hunter post-war because he could speak German and like kind of joined the anti-Nazi police.
So he kind of made up for
it. But he
it,
was a
like,
Nazi at the time.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, we haven't mentioned the scene where he pushes a guy in front of a tube.
That comes after. Yeah, the guy he scams at the beginning.
The Welsh guy. He pushes him in front of a tube, which is kind of funny.
Kind of just escalates the stakes a little bit.
Yeah. So she's like, I don't care that you're a Nazi. That's all good.
Sorry, I just need to point out, I fucking hate World War II flashbacks.
I know.
I hate it so much.
I
It's an awful trope.
I know.
It ruins sentimental value.
It does.
I think it does.
It ruins what's that film? That Anthony Hopkins One Life that came out there 2 years ago. Oh, yeah, no, you're right. I agree.
Is there stuff like that? Was it Armageddon Time? Does that have some stuff like that in it? That's Hopkins as well.
It could have some stuff like that.
It's just a kid in that, I think.
Yeah, no, it doesn't actually. It doesn't have any.
Jesus Christ!
You're right. It's awful.
Like, whatever. Small things like these does child flashbacks. Child flashbacks are the worst.
This
fucking
keeps it
movie
to a
trope ever.
minimum. Like, there is probably max like 5 minutes in this. It's all they could afford.
Well, there's two flashbacks. There's the flashbacks to when
there's his reveal and there's her reveal.
Yeah.
So anyway, she's like, "Look, I trust you so much. Let's put all of our money into one joint account, and we can invest it together in the Caribbean with your nice accountant, Jim Carter." And then they sit down at the table with their little number pad,
banking details
these
machines.
fucking calculators that they have that just, and she looks at his and she's like, "Ooh, you've been keeping your finances a secret." I'm like, "Sorry, you agreed to merge bank accounts with him and you didn't know how much money he had."
He gave an indication, and then
that was a given, like that she hadn't been told that number.
I don't know. He lived in a nice London house, like
This is ridiculous. Do we see his house? Wait, why does he move in with her at the start of the film?
Because he's pretending to have a dodgy knee. And he lives on the top floor, and he's like dropped home, and they're like, "No, you come and stay with me. Your knee is so sore."
God, sorry, your old people just be having sleepovers because they have dodgy knees. That's crazy.
Well, he does his best to get into the bed with her, and she's like, "No."
Yeah, I had an elderly relative who had a late in life relationship that was based on like sleep in a separate bedroom, but will hang out during the day, and having witnessed that up close for many years. The financial elements were interesting as well. Anyway,
I think that is a common thing for old people. I know my
I'm
grandparents started sleeping in different rooms. Just for heat and convenience.
I have no issue with that whatsoever. Nope. I would be very happy to do the same at any age. Now,
but also, I guess this might be not actually real given the premise of the film, but like the way she talks about her husband is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
her ex-husband.
I don't think it's real.
No.
I think we can. She's a bit of a blank slate of a character. I think by the end of the film, we can assume that everything she has said is made up.
Yeah, because he rocks up and is like, "Oh, let's do that holiday you and your dead husband wanted to do." And she's like, cool.
No,
and
she's
like,
trying to get him to Berlin.
Sacred there at all.
She's getting to Berlin because she wants to passively confront him about. So anyway, she reveals at the end of the film, "Aha! Now I have all the money in the bank account, and I'm going to take all your money."
Yeah,
and he's like, "Why? What's your problem with me?" And she's like, "You actually raped me during World War II, and I know who you are, and all this, and that's fucking nuts." And I think that's a crazy twist.
I didn't like it.
I don't know if I
thought it was too much. We are revealing the twist.
Yes.
Now you know it.
Now you know it.
It's just explained up front. Like
I know.
I knew there was something coming.
It's not well written. Confrontation at the end is not well written.
I don't think so.
She just announced. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she just announces it.
She may as well say, and the point of the film was.
It's the same issue Conclave have where it like it reveals the thing at the end, and it's just like,
oh, you're right.
There you go.
There you go. That's it. We're wrapping it up now.
You can't just say the twist.
It doesn't deal with the consequences of it. It doesn't.
But it doesn't really.
It doesn't redefine the film as a movie about a sexual assault victim.
No, not at all.
Trying to get revenge. It just
and it doesn't recontextualize her actions because the film is like it's so obvious. There's going to be some element of her.
She's been so wishy-washy the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And then she's like, "My grandson isn't my grandson. He's my grandson's boyfriend.
Which is so stupid. I know,
and he's actually a really good historian.
Yeah. Things are slightly not what they seem.
Things are slightly not what they seem.
Yeah, so I think you're right. It's not great, but I don't think it ruins the film.
No, but there is a kind of, she does it in a fun way where she has the calculator in her hand. She's like, every time you lie to me, I'm taking 50,000 out of your account.
Yeah, it is fun.
And she's like, how did you know how to get here? And he was like, oh, I left my phone. And he's like, no, you didn't. And it just keeps going on or whatever.
I think, whatever. It's like a kind of a means to an end of just like, we want to watch the banking scam go on, so we had to end up with. But yeah, it's a very extreme twist to jump to.
Yeah, like the little bit of these were the clues they give is her name is Lily, her original German name, and earlier in the film she's like, I want lilies at my funeral / right,
and she wants lilies to be the password for the calculator.
Yeah, and she puts a photo of or a painting of lilies up in the house.
Yeah,
and I'm like, fine, but again, that is a clue because you have said it's a clue.
Yeah,
it's not a clue because it's an actual indication.
No, I know, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's poor writing.
All right. Well, speaking of poor writing and twists, apt pupil, I want to talk about for 2 minutes
again.
Well, we didn't actually explain it.
I did not. Okay.
No. So I need apt pupil out of my system. Like, this is such an evil film. This is a 1998 Bryan Singer movie where Ian McKellen plays a Nazi who's living in an American housing estate, and the kid who's living next door to him is like obsessed with him and is played by Brad Renfro, R.I.P. He's obsessed with him and like goes over to his house a bunch, and basically this film was directed by alleged sex deviant Bryan Singer. During the production of the film, young male extras accused Bryan Singer and the production of forcing them to strip naked, and like, you can just kind of tell from minute one how cursed this movie is. There's a scene in it where Ian McKellen's character considers putting a kitten in an oven. Yeah. You know, because he's a Nazi. Mm-hmm. And Brad Renfro died of a heroin overdose when he was 25. Like, I've never seen this guy in anything else.
It jumps from Ian McKellen putting a cat into an oven to young, what's his name again? Brad Renfro. Brad Renfro. Killing a pigeon with a basketball by bouncing it on him.
Miserable. The movie ends with Brad Renfro threatening David Schwimmer, his teacher. If you ever tell anyone about this, I'll accuse you of like sexually abusing me.
So it just ends on a note of
just horrible.
Of false accusers of young boys.
Yeah, don't believe what young boys say. So a horrible film. I think. And then obviously Ian McKellen continues to work with Bryan Singer for many years in the X-Men movies where he plays Magneto.
That's the other kind of Holocaust-y Nazi-related thing.
X-Men starts with a flashback to Magneto as a child.
That's the one I forgot.
Camps, and then obviously they do that again in First Class when he's played by Michael Fassbender. Yeah. So we talked a bit about Magneto on the First Class episode, obviously. I think I prefer the Fassbender performance. I think I might have to prefer Michael Fassbender as an actor. But Ian McKellen...
Michael Fassbender is in The Good Liar.
You're right. He's on the poster for Inglourious Basterds. They go to see Inglourious Basterds. They go to see Inglourious Basterds. So I think this film is set in 2009. Very random.
Again, just to try and force Ian McKellen to be the right age to be a war veteran, I think.
But Ian McKellen is in so many X-Men movies. I don't think his performance as Magneto is like anything spectacular. He's just constantly bouncing back and forth between good guy, bad guy. And you know what? He's coming back in Avengers Doomsday this year as Magneto. Like, pathetic stuff. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into saying anything defamatory or whatever, but like, Ian McKellen, good friends for many years with Bryan Singer, like not a great look for him. I think the worst he's said in the media in the last decade has been something along the lines of, maybe if people like Brian and Kevin weren't forced into the closet, they wouldn't have done these terrible things. And then he had to come out and apologize for that. I mean, you can read about it yourself. Ian McKellen, as far as I know, has never been accused of doing anything bad. So we'll go with that for now. But the year after X-Men, he's Gandalf in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which is, I have to admit, an incredible and iconic performance, and responsible for like 20 of the most iconic lines of dialogue in film history, as everybody is in Lord of the Rings. But I mean, he's got kind of a lot of the best moments, and I know you've only seen the first one, but he is pretty incredible in those movies.
He's that guy.
The Hobbit trilogy kind of, I think, is like largely able to get made and be a big thing because they're able to get him back and put him at the center of it. And like, if he wasn't around, because he's like first build on the Hobbit movies, and like, if he wasn't around to do those, I don't think that those movies would have been able to like launch as such a big like you know, we're back in that world. Gandalf's here, blah blah blah, because people love his performance. You'd think he'd do some interesting stuff with his newfound A-list status in the 2000s, but he really doesn't. He doesn't do much interesting stuff at all. He, of course, voices Zebedee in the Magic Roundabout animated film that I love so much, starring opposite Robbie Williams.
Was that just more of a symptom of just him being that age and there's probably not that many interesting roles for
Maybe. I think he just wants to do theater and get lots of money. Because then he gets lots of money in 2006 for The Da Vinci Code, which is a really fun character in the book, and I don't think he's a very fun bit of casting. Like, it's
been too long since I've read or seen the film.
He's just like the rich guy. They go to his mansion. He turns out to be evil. It's like very obvious Ian McKellen shit. I think they could have found something more fun for him to do. Or someone more fun to play that role, rather. He voices the fucking bear in The Golden Compass. Like, the man just wants cash. And then you're into The Hobbit. This is the 2010s. Mr. Holmes is like the first Ian McKellen movie star movie there's been in years. It seems like nobody wants to make those except for Bill Condon and Bryan Singer. He is in Cats as one of the two elder statesmen, himself and Judi Dench. He's very, very good friends with Judi Dench in real life.
Yes, of course.
They seem to hang out loads, which is nice. I
could have put her in this probably. But
you could have maybe put her in this. Yeah, it's interesting, right? I mean, Judi Dench is more of a contemporary of his than Helen Mirren is. Helen Mirren is a little bit younger. But I feel like
Judi Dench is not would be less of a romantic.
Yeah, I think so. Judi Dench is
she's less stylish, I suppose.
Yeah, Helen Mirren, like, is still perceived as being this like glamorous beauty. Whereas Judi Dench is like has been like a grandmother for decades in people's perception. And then there was one more Ian McKellen like movie last year called The Critic, where he was the star. And then this past weekend, he's back. He's back with The Christophers.
Yep.
I assumed his character was going to be called Christopher. How wrong I was. He plays Julian Sklar in the new Steven Soderbergh movie opposite Michaela Cole. It's a film about an aging and somewhat controversial British painter. Whose obnoxious children hire an art preservationist / forger to basically take a job as his new assistant, go over to his house, and then kind of get into his attic and sort of finish some unfinished paintings so that they can be left to his children as a future investment.
Yeah, because it turns out they have... I don't want to spoil it. People might go and see it.
Yeah, fine. The kids are played by Jessica Gunning and James Corden. Yep. Very clever casting, and they are evil, horrible.
A bit too clever. They're a bit
panto kids.
Tweedledum, Tweedledee.
Yeah, like, they're so sinister.
Yeah.
And the movie is mostly a two-hander of Michaela Cole and Ian McKellen in the studio, and he's like, I'm doing cameos on my iPhone.
Sorry, that is quite funny.
It's great. She walks in on him and he's doing cameos like Nigel Farage. Where he's like,
what's he charging? £175,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah, $250 if he signs his signature.
He obviously has a little trademark gag. Yeah,
because he's been on this TV show where he's like a judge who gives out about people's paintings, which as part of it I didn't really
like MasterChef or not MasterChef, but Hell's Kitchen type thing for art. Like
but yeah, he's doing cameos where he's like 6'7", big chungus.
Yeah,
like I painted masterpieces.
No, I don't know if there were any real interesting or profound statements made around the state of art. And
I don't think so.
It felt reasonably surface level.
I think so. I don't think it does not exhibit a great understanding of artistic motivation in the art world. But it's a fun movie about two people trying to understand each other, I think. And it's got a fun kind of Tar-esque cancel culture thing about like, well, this guy is clearly an important artist. He's not a terrible person. He just has no filter and has maybe been a bit of an asshole. Like,
yeah, sure.
Where do we draw the line in terms of tolerating him? And I think Ian McKellen is actually reined in a lot by how the character's written. Like Apt Pupil and the Gods and Monsters and The Good Liar, he is going really big and hammy in a lot of scenes. And I think this film, it was nice to see him play someone who's not like a secret Nazi or whatever, and he actually is just playing like a guy who lives in a house in London, and I think he like tones down a lot of his hamminess quite a bit.
Probably one of the more realistic characters he's played. Yeah, we'd be likely to run into.
Probably. Not a film I'm ever going to watch like a second time, but I don't know. I guess there's bits of it where you're like, oh, this would probably be like visiting like David Norris in his house on Northgate Georgia Street.
Honestly,
like old gay man living in a big house in the city
who had a bit of controversy that one time.
in 2026. You're like, oh yeah, this is like a very real situation. And I think Michaela Cole is great.
Yep.
We really enjoyed her recently in Mother Mary, and I think she's great in this as well. And just like I communicates a lot with very little.
I think so. Yeah, you get an awful lot out of her without her doing a whole lot. She's got good presence. And you kind of pick up on her buzz pretty immediately.
And Steven Soderbergh does know, he's not my favorite filmmaker, but he does know how to like make something feel alive. And for a film that's all set in one room, certainly wasn't bored
Yeah,
by
he never phones stuff. Well, maybe he does, but like the stuff of his I end up watching doesn't feel phoned in, and he usually has one or two ideas. Like maybe they're not entirely complete projects.
He iPhones films in when he shoots them on an iPhone, which is the ones I really like.
This film does end with like the tackiest bullshit I've ever seen in a museum or at an exhibition that I would laugh at. Probably
tablets taped to a wall, playing the cameos on a roof. Like.
Sorry, and his famous painting from when he was younger is called "Boy Stands Under a Cloud," and this was called "Man on a Cloud." And it's just I was like, okay,
but maybe we're meant to think it's kind of stupid. I don't know.
Michaela Cole does end up forging the Christopher. Never mind.
Yeah, okay.
I thought I wasn't spoiling this film.
No, there's no point spoiling it. It just came out.
No, she does. She doesn't. Who knows?
If this film had been released in a more opportune window, I suppose there would have been possibility for an Ian McKellen Oscar campaign. I don't really think this is an Oscar-y performance, though, in the Christophers, and I don't think
it's not deep enough.
No, and I don't think it's emotional in the way people want. I think at this point, Ian McKellen's not winning an Oscar, and that's fine.
Yeah, like it's like as far as a pretty single-room townhouse film in London, it's a long way off. Like something like The Father.
Absolutely, it's not sentimental, and like it's not that kind of emotional. But I mean, he is not remotely as good of an actor as Anthony Hopkins is.
Close.
And he could never do something like The Father with that level of subtlety and restraint. No. And like Anthony Hopkins, Christopher Plummer are both like miles ahead of him in terms of talent. But when he needs to bring something big and loud to something like Lord of the Rings, he does it.
He's a bit of a Morgan Freeman type.
You're right.
I think that's more of a
he is more of a Morgan Freeman type. Yeah, he's got gravitas, but maybe not actual like character. Depth. Helen Mirren, not a person I care for particularly. Now, a large part of that is her views on Israel and Palestine, and you can go look that up. Seems to have really been on board with the Israeli project from quite early on, and has appeared in stuff like the film Golda, which is a Golda Meir propaganda biopic, where she played her with a big fake nose. And just like not the kind of political figure I like as an actor, and also not an actress I've ever really responded to. I mean, I think she's kind of the exact type of like posh British, just like now. To be fair to her, she's not actually that posh. If you think about it, her accent and stuff is actually not like Judi Dench upper class, but she doesn't really play the types of characters I'm liable to respond to in films.
As an actress, I have no issue with her. I think she does what she does pretty well. Like, and she kind of serves a type.
She's fine, but I don't think she'd ever be able to pull off the Notes on a Scandal type role the way that Judi Dench does. I think that like Judi Dench is to her what maybe Anthony Hopkins is to Ian McKellen. I'm sure you're great on stage. But anyway, she is in Peter Weir's Mosquito Coast as Harrison Ford's wife. She doesn't have a whole lot to do in that. But in 1989, she's in a movie that I watched today. Is one of her most iconic roles, a Peter Greenaway film. This film is called The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover. Have you ever heard of this?
Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and His Lover.
The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover.
The
Cook, comma.
Oh.
The Thief, comma.
The wife.
His wife.
Ampersand,
and her lover.
Hitman's Bodyguard's Cook's wife.
Cook, yeah. I'd never seen this. I'd never seen any Peter Greenaway films. I found this film really quite compelling. It's hard to describe to you what it's like, but the entire thing is sort of shot like from far away, and the camera kind of moves from left to right into these big sets of this restaurant in a way that is only really comparable to some Wes Anderson stuff.
Okay.
And there's like this kind of like singing over it the whole time, so it does feel a little bit like.
So the camera is just on like a rail and it flies across.
And kind of. And there's no close-ups. Like everything's shot from a distance of like people
and it's
sitting
all
at a long
very
table.
not flat.
Well, it's
like,
all on a really constructed, stylized set with loads of like red and curtains, and it's kind of a weird mix of like Moulin Rouge and Moonrise Kingdom.
But everything's like straight on.
Yeah, in a restaurant, and like they're all sitting at these like big tables in a restaurant. And Michael Gambon is
there's another one of those types.
Gangster, who owns the restaurant, and she's his wife.
Yeah,
and Ciarán Hinds shows up briefly.
Woo!
Great in it. Looks great, long hair, beard, great.
Class.
And it's basically like full of sex and violence, and like Gary Oldman, Tim Roth are in it and stuff. And Michael Gambon's basically like, this boorish, horrible man, rah, 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 and she like cheats on him, and then he gets mad about it. I didn't love the script necessarily. I found the Michael Gambon performance absolutely exhausting. But I thought it looked and sounded like almost nothing else I've ever seen. Okay. And I was like, whoa, this is cool. Like, it was like an opera. I was like, whoa, this is like really theatrical in a way that's really compelling. And I ultimately thought it was very, very impressive. So I would like to see more Greenway, and I would recommend it to people. I think it's very unique. That is in 89.
89.
Then in 96, in spite of her politics now, she is in a IRA hunger strikers movie called Some Other Son, directed by Terry George, which is a very sympathetic and well-made film about the mothers of Bobby Sands and the other hunger strikers.
Yeah.
And
is she a bit of a Thatcherite, like? Or what's her?
In reality or in the film?
In reality.
I mean, I don't know about Thatcher. All I know is if you play the mother of an IRA hunger striker in a film and 30 years later you are supporting the Israeli state during the genocide of Palestinians,
there's a bit of distance there.
You are clearly not joining A and B together.
Sure.
Yeah. But this is Terry George makes this basically straight after In the Name of the Father. So it's kind of In the Name of the Father stealth sequel. Like. Yeah. But she's very good. It's her and Fionnuala Flanagan. She's a very good Irish accent.
Okay.
It's not an incredible performance, but it's pretty good. Aidan Gillen plays her son. And he's great in it. And young Aidan Gillen, he's a real rock star in it. Like, he's real, very attractive and charming, and worth a watch. And Terry George obviously now is making this new Chris O'Dowd, Jane Fonda, mega movie about the peace process.
Who were the other two in that?
John C. Reilly and Ciarán Hinds, and Tom Hollander. Tom Hollander, who's also in Some Other Son as like British government fucko, like
yes,
as he likes to play, including in Mission Impossible, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Kind of number one guy of that.
Number one guy is British government fucko. I haven't actually seen Altman's Gosford Park, which she is in. And there's a movie called Calendar Girls that I will never watch, where her and Julie Walters and a bunch of other old English actresses do a nudie calendar.
Yeah, I was about to say, it sounds like they take their kid off.
That sounds like a woman's version of The Full Monty, a film I do not like, and I don't think I'm going to watch this version either. Then Oscar 2006, The Queen, she beats Judi Dench in Notes on a Scandal for Best Actress, which really pisses me off. She also beats Meryl Streep in The Devil Wears Prada. The Queen is rubbish. Really not a good film. It's just
nonsense Oscar bait.
It's set during like the week of Princess Diana's death. Yeah. So it's like a Princess Diana movie from the perspective of the Queen.
Okay.
But it's not interesting.
It just didn't take a real angle.
No, it doesn't take any angle. It's written by the fucking guy who writes the Crown. Like, it's the same fucking guy.
Right, okay.
I'm pretty sure. And
so it's no, like...
It's not
a conspiracy. It's not
at all. No.
It's just Queen
Peter Morgan, he wrote it. He's a fucking shit writer. But the year after that, her first post-Oscar role is as Benjamin Gates's mother in National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets. Mm-hmm. I got distracted because her character is called Emily Appleton, and I'm just thinking about how the character in Christopher's, the boyfriend, is ultimately Appleton woodworking or whatever.
Oh, Owen Apple. Is it Owen? Yeah,
Appleton,
Mr. Christopher himself.
Yeah.
Appleton.
She is Emily Appleton, not also the girl that Robbie Williams impregnates in Better Man. What's her name? Appleton. Emma Appleton?
No.
She's a real person. I should know her name.
Yeah, from All Saints.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's good at National Treasure too.
I'll look it up.
She's playing John Voight's ex-wife, another person with great politics. Oh, yes. And the two of them basically go to Rushmore with Cage at the end, and they're just kind of arguing in the background. She's fine in that. It makes absolutely no sense that she would be Nicolas Cage's mother. But I guess they're just like, who's the most recent Oscar-winning woman over 60? Get her. And then
Natalie Appleton.
Natalie Appleton.
And Nicole Appleton.
Nicole is the one I'm thinking of.
There was two Appletons.
Nicole Appleton's the one I'm thinking of, yeah.
Sisters, perhaps.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Inkheart, State of Play. The lady likes money. She's in Legends of the Guardians, the Owls of Ga'Hoole. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
Of course.
The Last Station.
She did that. He did Golden Compass. Like, you gotta knock him off.
She does a couple of movies with Christopher Plummer, including The Last Station and The Pleasure Seeker, which is an RV movie for old people.
How many episodes have we done where we have said the phrase, they're in State of Play?
I don't know. I would say 3 to 4 times max.
Okay, fine.
Okay, you make a good point. We said it about Jeff Daniels last week. So.
Yeah.
Caroline Hines, good pals with her. They're in a bunch of things together. Red and Red 2 are sort of a stealth franchise there for her that she gets to do.
Yeah.
She's a lot older than Bruce Willis. I feel like that's a weird pairing for those films. But Morgan Freeman.
Are they
no.
They don't operate as a couple in that. Like,
no, you're right. They don't. He's with Mary Louise Parker, who's like 40 years old.
Is she his mother in that? I think she could be.
Surely not.
I think she might be.
I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility if she's playing Nicolas Cage's mother that she's playing Bruce Willis's mother.
Yeah.
You don't need to find out.
I'm not. I am. But I'm not.
In the remake of Arthur, the Oscar-winning John Gielgud butler role is, or Oscar-nominated at least, is gender-swapped to be Helen Mirren. So she gets to tell Russell Brand how very naughty he is for the duration of that insufferable film. Actually, her career kind of is picking up in the 2010s, doing a lot more stuff. She's in Hitchcock as Hitchcock's wife with Anthony Hopkins, which is a very silly movie. She's in Phil Spector as Phil Spector's wife with Al Pacino. She's doing all the wives
bit of a wife guy,
in the biopics. The 100-Foot Journey is like a nice, like Lasse Hallström old person movie where she helps Indian people learn to cook or something. Eye in the Sky.
They don't need help. They cook some good stuff.
I know. Eye in the Sky is like a drone operator thing.
Yeah.
I wonder what country she's sending drones on behalf of.
Oh, no.
Trumbo and Collateral Beauty.
Oh, Jesus
and
Christ.
then she plays Dom Toretto's... she's Jason Statham's mother.
Jason Statham. Shaw.
She's Mrs. Shaw.
She Shaw? Is he Shaw? Yeah, he will be.
Yeah, in the Fast movies, which is kind of fun.
I might be conflating that with Red in my head.
Because she's the mother in that.
She is.
She does have some fun scenes with those.
Does she pop up in one of the Fast as well later on?
Yeah, she's in like 3 of them.
Oh, she's in 3 of them.
She's in like 8, 9, and Hobbs and Shaw.
Nice.
She's having fun in those. That's kind of fun to see her faffing around with Vin Diesel.
Yeah, like probably a lot of what I've seen her in is kind of action stuff.
The Duke. With Jim Robin, a film that Cillian Byrne famously was like, what kind of movies do you go see in Dublin? The Duke. He's not 100% wrong. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. I think she was like hanging out with Rachel Zegler a lot making that. Maybe Rachel was able to like radicalize her a little bit.
Jesus. All right.
White Bird, A Wonder Story, and then last year you had Thursday Murder Club and Goodbye June, and then which is Kate Winslet's directorial debut.
Yep.
And also she is in Mobland, the TV show with Tom Hardy and Pierce Brosnan, where she does a dreadful Irish accent, playing Pierce Brosnan's wife, an Irish mob wife. And that is the Helen Mirren filmography. Hopefully, we've seen the last of her getting Oscar nominations and whatnot. I'd say she's just going to do a bit more.
The Queen too.
Yeah, a few more silly things now, and then wrap it up.
Do you think we'll get another Queen movie, or is she kind of gone
I think
now?
she's no longer relevant. But
and the family is too Nancy now.
Yeah,
I think,
she might pop up as a supporting character in things.
Yeah,
but Queen. No, I don't think anyone's making a movie up with the Queen as a main character again.
Yeah.
Although, her as an old woman, but so the Crown kind of just did it.
Yeah, I guess so. She's been covered off.
I think the Crown has now actually sort of probably supplanted the Helen Mirren movie as the definitive thing about her. All right, pull up your box office there.
Pull up my
box office. This
office.
film has unsurprisingly never been named as someone's Letterboxd top 4 in a celebrity interview, although there's probably some freaks who have put this in their top 4 on their Letterboxd accounts. There have, in fact, been 32 people who have done that.
Is that all?
I mean, you'd have to have a real fucking random taste to be put in the Good Liar.
I guess.
As one of
I overestimated how well this is known.
I'll pick someone at random. This girl Chloe has it in her top 4, along with Beautiful Boy. I just don't know or He's Just Not That Into You and Waves. So those are all movies that come out within 6 months of each other.
Yeah, sounds very 2019.
Yeah.
All right, we got November 15, 2019.
It was a fun time.
Yeah.
I have a stronger, more vivid memory of winter 2019 than most times in my life.
Now, first film up is a film probably is on the boy party list.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah,
Not
it's a film. It's a film you like. I'd say it's a good 3 stars. Let's see if you have
autumn 2019.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it a Best Picture nominee that year or anything?
I don't know, but it feels like one that would have snuck in at the 9 or 10 spot.
Could have snuck in at the 9 or 10 spot. Interesting. It's not Ford v Ferrari.
It is Ford v Ferrari.
Yeah. We're gonna do that soon.
James Mangold, our favorite.
Yeah. That was an okay film that I fell asleep during.
Yeah, I had a nice nap for the middle third of this.
But then I woke up and it was really exciting at the end. Yeah. I actually think the third act racing stuff in that is like way more exciting than F1.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Mangold is like a better director than... I don't like him that much, but he's a better director than fucking Joseph Kosinski. Anyway.
Next up, we got a big old action movie starring...
Okay.
Oh, we got some boys in here.
Interesting.
We got a bit of Aaron Eckhart, Nick Jonas, Dennis Quaid, Woody Harrelson, Patrick Wilson.
This is Midway.
Roland
Emmerich's Midway.
Starring Ed Skrein.
Yeah, I was thinking about Ed Skrein the other day. What a fake actor.
Whose character's name is Dick Best.
Dick Best. Yeah, that's a remake of a classic there's like a classic Battle of Midway film.
Yep.
I don't think I'm ever going to watch that. It's the only Roland Emmerich movie I haven't seen.
Looks a bit dull. Yeah.
I think. Patrick Wilson constantly working with Roland Emmerich is nice, but I don't. Sorry, like isn't they worked together twice? Anyway, keep going.
Next up, we have kind of a remake that of a certain type that was popular around this time.
A remake of a certain type. That was
popular. What were they doing here now? What were people on me getting mad about? Actually, no, I've misrepresented this. I was going to compare this to Lady Ghostbusters, but it's not Lady Ghostbusters.
Oh, so it's not a woman.
It's actually not a gender swap film.
It's not a gender swap film.
It's a woke swap film.
They've just recast with more diverse actors.
Kinda, yeah.
What? It's a remake, though. What would this be a remake of?
Did we cover one of these on the podcast? I don't think so.
I'm gonna need a clue.
Patrick Stewart is fifth build.
It's Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
We talked about it with Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, we would have, yeah.
It's barely a woke swap to
No,
they
not
needed
really.
to make it way more woke. Like if you were gonna do Kristen Stewart.
Sorry, this was your problem that it wasn't woke enough.
If you were gonna put Kristen Stewart and Charlie's Angels, you got to make them gay.
Yeah.
This is like trying to have its cake and eat it too. It's
it's
cool, gay coded casting, extremely boring, normal, straight script.
Yeah. And it doesn't have the extremism of the original.
No,
it's not quite
voyeuristic.
Fun.
It's not creepy enough. There's got nothing going for it. It absolutely cancels itself out. Nothing movie. Charlie's Angels.
Now, next film is one I haven't heard of.
Okay.
But it is.
Must have made money. Is it animated?
Oh, no.
It's not fucking Smallfoot or something.
No. Okay.
Obviously you've heard of that.
We got a bit of
the soundtrack around the house.
We got a bit of John Leguizamo in there.
This is Playing with Fire.
Got it in one.
Yeah. The person we know went to see this many, many times with their Odeon Unlimited card.
Oh.
John Cena, Keegan-Michael Key are the other two guys in it?
Correct, yes.
It's a fireman comedy.
Yeah.
I would absolutely watch that.
Oh, yeah. We have a lot of time for John Cena. I think he's a reasonably decent leading man.
I like John Cena. I like John Leguizamo. I would 100% sit down and watch that. That sounds incredibly tolerable.
Yeah.
Playing with Fire.
Next up, we got a Christmas movie for the year.
So Krampus was this year. Not Krampus. Klaus, but that was straight to Netflix. So what was the Christmas movie that actually got released? Is it for children?
No, this is a real director and probably something we'd go and see.
Oh yeah,
he has made a couple of films we like.
What? A Christmas movie for adults?
It's very funny. I just said Lady Ghostbusters. That'll give you a hint.
Melissa McCarthy's in it.
No.
What's it got to do with Ghostbusters?
It's a Paul Feig movie.
Oh, a Paul Feig Christmas movie. Not Happiest Season.
Nope.
What's that? Paul Feig made a Christmas movie.
Yeah, in 2019, you gave it 2 stars.
Oh, well, that's not a good
You watched it with Brendan and Sonia.
I watched a Christmas... Oh, I forgot Paul Feig made Last Christmas.
Last Christmas.
I always think Richard Curtis directed Last Christmas. He wrote it.
Oh, is it like pretend Richard Curtis?
No, Richard Curtis wrote it.
Okay.
Oh, it's not good. Oh, it's very bad. Very bad casting. Henry Golding and Emilia Clarke, not the leads you want
Michelle
in
Yeoh,
your
Emma
movie.
Thompson.
Yeah, no. Very bad. Loads of George Michael music, but no. Sure. Awful casting. 2 terrible leads. Paul Feig directs some random stuff. God. All right. Do like 2 more.
We're talking about a lot of Paul Feig today. We got a housemaid mention.
Yeah. It would appear I do not know The Winter of 2019 as well as I thought I did.
No. Now, this is a film you appear to not have seen.
Okay.
It's got people we like in it.
All right. People we really like.
Okay, we'll give you a bit of Brennan review.
Yeah.
This takes so long to get going.
That's something I would say.
And when it does, it's pretty good for the most part. But also relies so much on insert original text here that it's impossible for it to stand alone.
I have fucking no idea.
Kind of not really a legacy sequel, but
what would it be that I haven't watched? Is it horror?
Bit scary.
It's not like Goosebumps.
No, it's like based on a book.
Bit scary. I don't know. What would it be that I would
there's a famous hat in this. Someone wears a hat.
Doctor Sleep.
Doctor Sleep.
I have seen Doctor Sleep.
Have you seen Doctor Sleep?
I might not have watched it properly enough to log it on.
Maybe you're just too far down the list.
I sort of skimmed it, like.
Oh, you logged it, but you didn't give it a star rating.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't really paying attention. Yeah. There is a famous hat. Yeah, Doctor Sleep. Yeah, okay.
Then we had The Good Liar.
Opening at number
7.
Oh, that's not that great.
Followed by Joker, Maleficent, and Harriet.
Harriet starring Cynthia Erivo, yeah.
Yep.
Maleficent. That's Maleficent 2 to you. Maleficent
Mistress
of Evil. Look at the supporting cast on that.
Yeah, we got a Terminator in there, Zombieland 2, Jojo Rabbit, Parasite.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
There's Little Women and Marriage Story are just around the corner.
Oh,
sorry, I want you to read out the cast of Maleficent, Mistress of Evil quickly because it's a fun cast.
I will.
There's like 5 really fun names in there.
Directed by Joachim Ronning.
He did Tron Ares, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, top to bottom.
Yeah, just go with the top 6.
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, fine.
Elle Fanning.
Yeah.
Harris Dickinson.
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Sam Riley.
Yeah.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yeah.
Ed Skrein.
There you go.
Our boy. Robert Lindsay.
Okay, fine. It's trailing off. All right. It was mostly just
Juno Temple.
It was
Imelda Staunton.
Elle Fanning.
Mark Davis.
Elle Fanning and Harris Dickinson. I wanted to get those names.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all, folks. Thank you so much for tuning into our Good Liar episode. Probably one of our least popular episodes in a while. Hopefully the goodwill towards the 2 actors gets people listening who haven't seen the film.
Should we do a good soundbite here that you can clip and just be like, you do not need to watch this movie, just listen to the episode anyway?
I think people know that by now.
Okay.
If they don't, screw them. They'll never know.
Fair enough.
All right, visit boypartypod.com. You can check out the Irish actor draft that we did recently, which is good fun, where we build a team of 8 Irish actors that we love. And
if you find a copy of Apt Pupil in your local Extravision, steal it and burn it.
In your local Extravision, yeah.
Yeah.
Burn it and destroy it. But not in the oven. We'll be back next week. Bye-bye.